Hello and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. It's been a while, but we're back with some Honkai Star Rail. There's not going to be any story content tonight, but the latest character just dropped today. And I have been waiting for her for the past 3 patches. That sounds about right. Welcome in Cheesy and Jay Navarro. Hey there, Bridget. Yeah, I agreed everything. Whatever. I just want to play. It's been 3,000 years. It actually has been quite a while. The last Star Rail stream I did was like beginning of May. It's been so long. So I guess with some background, this is the third major version of the game. So Honkai Star Rail released last summer, version 1.0, and so on. That story had to do with the Herta space station, and then Eurilo 6, which is a frozen ice planet, and half of the Xianzhou Luofu, which is a fleet of warships. Version 2.0 ended off the Xianzhou Luofu, brought us to Penacony, which is the land of dreams. And then version 3.0 brought us to Amphoreus, which is this realm or this universe, pocket dimension, I guess is the best way to describe it. A pocket dimension that only exists in memories. So the YouTube trailer for the Amphoreus arc showed off all the cool characters we're going to see in like as the versions go on, but as silhouettes. So you didn't actually get to see what they actually looked like. You just kind of saw their outlines and kind of what their abilities were, like whether someone was strong or fast. And this character that just released, Cipher, she's a speedster. She like zipped around the screen with the little blur lines, so like she runs like the Flash basically. And I love that. Like, if you know anything about the characters that I've been pulling or the characters I play in like other games and whatnot, I like fast. You know, the Flash is my favorite superhero. Chitara is my favorite Thundercat. Like Quicksilver, X-Men, Rock Lee from Naruto. Like, I love fast characters. So I've been waiting to pull on this character for a very long time. I've saved up over 200 pulls, and I have the guarantee, so I am definitely going to get both her and her light cone, no problems. So we're going to get just we're going to go get in on the ground floor. We're going to get her character by herself, E0, no Eidolons. We're going to get her light cone. We've also pre-farmed everything, so we're going to immediately level everything up to the max level, level 80. And I'm going to explain the kit. And then I'm going to show off some teams that I'm excited to try with her. And then we're going to do some in-game content. Oh, right. Game will restart. Alright, let's go ahead and set up this new thing that I set up. We've got artwork now. I want to eventually make things more fancy. Like actually displaying teams and whatnot. But for now, just enjoy Cipher emojis. Shouldn't be covering too much of the screen. Yeah, it's just showing, it's covering my technique points, which no one should have to worry about. And it's covering the main menu. Alright, let's go over all the stuff in increasing order. So first we're going to start off with the character trial of Chengchua, one of the 4-star characters. Her specialty is that she uses up a lot of skill points in order to have a chance of doing more damage. And it's not guaranteed, so sometimes it just doesn't work. Ah yes, King Dedede, the fastest fighter in Smash Bros. Well, you know, at some point in time, you gotta account for my slow old man fingers.
This is our chance. You can't run. Luke, try that again.
Really? Oh, well, that's okay.
Look at the draw. Please. And victory!
But if I actually could play Sonic, I totally would. There are actually a lot of characters in Smash that, if I had the dexterity to, I wouldn't mind playing. Next up is Sushong. Her specialty is that she happens to do a lot of break damage. And also when she uses her ultimate, it auto advances her a full turn forward. She also gains a speed buff every time an enemy gets broken. Gets weakness broken.
No more playing nice. Take this, rise, Venus! Dodge this! Let's make
So we already had like that many turns and like no time passed whatsoever. So it is now, so that was 9,000 damage,
Let me through. Dodge this!
and that was 1,200 damage. May as well like save this for actually doing this the right way.
Take this, rise, Venus!
Are just like top 50 Smash players in your state or something? I might actually be like top 30 now. I've actually been attending my locals recently and have actually gotten a couple of good wins and some pretty good placements. Now this is Shui Yi. Her specialty is when your allies deal weakness break damage, it builds up a meter for her. And when she reaches the maximum, she launches a follow-up attack. She also has an ultimate that can that will always deal weakness damage even if they're not actually weak to your element. Which, you know, once upon a time was a really big deal. It's not a big deal anymore because so many other characters have released that do that. But she was the first one to do it. So they don't have quantum weakness, right? I'm about to use this ultimate here. Oh, this is about to cause a follow-up attack.
I shall be the judge. No amnesty for Mothstruck. By the will of the 10 Lords, the 10 Lords decree. Hereby
And then even though I don't have quantum weakness, I'm about to deal weakness damage to the enemy. That little white bar above their HP. The more weakness damage I do, the more damage I do. So that was 28,000 just now.
Naughty child. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Motor function restored. Nap time.
To my heart's content.
This is serious. Recount. No way to miss the Marstruck. We have the ready for another.
Her moves look cool. I agree. She was by far the strongest 4-star character when she released. Is that true? I think that's kind of true. Because she increases her own damage percent by her break effect. So basically, if you build attack and break effect and quantum orb, then you're like triple dipping into your own stats. So you actually build her with everything. So you build her with speed and crit damage and crit rate and attack and break effect, which is very difficult to build for. Well, I guess I should put it this way. If you were trying to get perfect rolls on everything, it would be very difficult to build for. But as it ends up being, compared to a character that only wants crit rate, crit damage, and speed and doesn't care about break effect, like there's so many times you just roll into random break effect stats that you don't need or care about. So actually having more stats and all of them contribute to your overall damage ends up kind of working out for her in the medium run. Like she's really good at like medium investments, I should say. Alright, this here is Aglaia, the first of the 3.0 main characters. I mean, technically the Herda was before her, but the Herda is not an Amphoreus character.
Cut away the heart of strife.
You guys have been seeing 4-star performance up until now. You're about to see some 5-star stuff now. Aglaia is this game's second remembrance character. She has a summon, and that summon acts independently of her. Basically, when Aglaia attacks an enemy, it marks them, and then the Garment Maker, which is her summon, is more likely to attack that target. I don't know what causes them to not attack that target. I've never seen them attack anything else, but for whatever reason, the description of all the skills say they're more likely to attack the target. When she gets her ultimate, she gets into a stance where every time she does an attack, her Garment Maker also attacks at the same time as her, which is a double hit. So like normally you attack once, that counts as one attack, but since it's a double hit, it actually counts as 2 attacks, which actually matters for certain things. For example, if Jade is the debt collector for Aglaia, then she gets double the stacks of her debt collection. If she's on the team with Fei Xiao, because it's 2 attacks, she gets 2 stacks of Flying Aureus. There's some simulated universe things that depend on the number of attacks that are done, things like that. So yeah, she's pretty good. Also, every time she attacks in her buffed state, she increases her speed, and her attack damage is based on her speed and her attack stat. So just like how Shui was so good because her break effect also built up her damage, Aglaia is that much better because her speed is the thing that increases her damage, which means you're also taking more turns and you're also doing more damage. So it's like double dipping in the stats.
Not a bad idea. I choose you.
Just say I choose you.
Adorned in splendor.
I can't thank you enough.
Countless threads. Thus our fates become one.
Yeah, fates become one. Alright, time to do this stuff.
I'll overcome the thorns. This mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path. Forfeit and doubt farewell.
All lives will be revealed.
Yeah, almost 300,000 damage by comparison.
This is being in sync.
The one issue with Aglaya, you see that this little thing here? When this ends, then the ultimate state goes away, and her summon goes away, and she drops down to her normal base speed. And you'll notice that at the very bottom, she's got a 5 out of 6. That means that she's attacked 5 times, so she has like 5 speed boosts stacks going. But she can have even more, like she can get up to 6, right? So you actually need to, it's really difficult to manage her energy because you have to do enough to get her to her ultimate every single turn before it runs out. So here's the thing about the double buff. You see the enemies have this 1 out of 3, 1 out of 6, 2 out of 3. These enemies are all going to get to down to 0 out of whatever their account is because I have double hits. Well, they're also going to die because I'm Aglaya. They really did not get to show off all the features because Aglaya does so much damage that they just die. Most fun mechanic is death. And here's a character that I'm actually pulling for, Cipher. Cipher is probably a top 3 character in every single team, but she's not the ¡1 character on almost any team. Her main gimmick is that she records the amount of damage that the team does to the enemy, and then when she uses her ultimate, she redistributes it to the enemies, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go over this like in a lot more detail when I actually have the character and I'm looking at the kit. But for minor details,
It smells of money.
this yellow thing over the enemy's head means that they're the patron. I'm gonna apply this debuff here, which is going to give Acheron a stack. So Acheron builds her ultimate by allies doing debuffs on the enemies. Actually, it's enemies getting debuffed, so enemies could also debuff themselves, and that would also give Acheron stacks. So now I have... oh, I'm just on the field by myself, apparently. Okay, that's fine.
It too shall fall. Found me.
So this 100 in here means that I have 100,000 damage saved up for my ultimate.
Step up, let's see ya. Don't mix things up.
Don't worry, it's just a
Like
script.
we're friends. Indulge yourselves.
Does this have parries? Oh, does this have Pyra, like from Xenoblade Chronicles? No, it doesn't. This is a game, this is by the same people that made Genshin Impact.
For oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
I think I will do this. Do I want to kill them now? Yeah, let's try killing them now. I don't think I have enough to kill them now, but I'm going to try.
Our cute play session is over.
Alright, so the damage that I have right now, I have 200,000 damage saved up. I'm going to first deal 25% to my main target, and then it's going to take the 75% that's remaining and redistribute it to the rest of the enemies, right? So if I hit this enemy on the right, it's going to do 25% to them, and then it's going to take the 75% left and it's going to split it in half and give half of it to the enemy on the right and half of the enemy on the left.
Time is money, you know. Wait any longer and you'll owe me interest.
But if I hit the enemy on the left, I think I can kill them with 25% of the damage that I have, so then the entire 75% will go on to the enemy on the right. So we're going to try that.
With
I don't think it worked. I think that I just barely didn't. I think he barely lived. You never heard of Genshin Impact? Oh, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It was like this really popular game in 2020. I want to say 2020. Yeah, like right before the pandemic, right around the pandemic, probably right before the pandemic. It's like a open world game. I don't know if you ever played like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But the idea was everyone had just finished playing Breath of the Wild, which had come out in like 2017. And they were like hyped because Genshin Impact was Breath of the Wild, but in an MMO, kind of. Not really an MMO. You could play with other people, but just because like there was more story to it. Because you can like jump and there's a paraglider and there's like crafting and all sorts of other stuff. Alright, let's warp. First, let's get the character. Let's check our pity. Now the game actually shows you how far off. Okay, we're at 3 pity. We actually lost the 50-50 when we were trying to get a extra when we were trying to get E1 Tribby. Very greedy of us. Very, very greedy. As Mr. Poke would say, we were greedy and stupid. Except he wouldn't say that about us because we were going for Tribby. And for the light cone, let's take a look. That's 5, 10, 5, so like 12, 11, 12, so 12 pity. On the light cone, we lost to probably Huohua. I'm pretty sure this was the one where I like got a double. Yeah, so I was pulling on Huohua's light cone and I got 1 copy. I got a 2nd copy. I already had 1. And then I was like, maybe I could get a 3rd. And then it gave me, like, within another 10 pull, something irreplaceable, which is Clara's light cone. Haven't seen you on Unite. What's wrong? I think I was playing Unite just yesterday. Yeah, I played Unite. So I didn't stream it, but I was on Mystery Man's stream playing with him. We did some 5 stacks. We did some trio queue. But generally speaking, I haven't been playing as often because I have a daughter that is very young. I don't want to... How do I just want to exchange. That's what I want. There we go. I want to dump everything right now. And she only recently has started like sleeping through the night and whatnot. So I've been doing that instead. 257, way more than enough. Are these also the same developers that made Zenless Zone Zero? I think it is, yes. It is not the same developers that made Wuthering Waves, though. That's the competitor to this. No, like, immediate start of the stream. 5-star. What were we at? Like 4 pity, so this is 14. I think this is actually 13. We got Misha, which is actually not on the banner. Am I going crazy? Am I saying Cipher about the bottom and the right corner of the screen? You were not going crazy. That is the new stream overlay for Star Rail. I'm pretty sure that my Sushong is E4, Chingchua is E6, and Shui is E5, maybe E4. Pretty sure. It would be nice to get some copies of them, though. Will I save for Finon? I will not save for Finon. I have 250 saved up for Cipher, but I don't even need that many because I'm gonna get her for sure. Here's Sushong, E5. The next character, so I'm going to, after we get Cipher and her light cone, we're going to pause on the pulls for a couple of weeks because the rumor has it that Tribby and Sunday and Sparkle are rerunning next patch. I don't really need Sparkle, but Sunday would be huge because, you know, I'm a genuine main. So we need that Sunday E1, S1. We have currently a running E0, S0 Sunday, which is fine. It works. Boundless choreo, nice. I already had that. I'm surprised about that. We are having really, really bad 4-star luck today. You're guaranteed 1 4-star in every 10 pull, but you can get more than 1. But we've only gotten 1 every single time so far. If we weren't already on the guarantee, I'd be somewhat worried. Like, we're guaranteed to get everything that we need within 150 pulls. Because we are on the guarantee for light cone and for the character. Alright, so Shui is already E6, so I only need 1 more Sushong Eidolon then, because she's E5 right now. Chingchua with max copies already. One more Sushong, and then also obviously Cipher. We started with 250. I actually do need another copy of that, so I'm glad that I got that. Again, we were having really terrible 4-star luck. And also, we're losing several 50-50s on the 4-stars as well. The last time this happened, I went to max pity on the Herda and then got like E1 Japard instead. So if I weren't on the guarantee, I probably would have stopped pulling out of fear. There we go. Okay, I was at E5 already, so I'm at E6 Sushong. So, all caught up on the 4-stars on this banner. I'm actually almost maxed out on all 4-star Eidolons. I think I mentioned this before, but there's never really like a tension in the air when you're on the guarantee. It's just like, how much pity are you going to go to? And like, you know, anything besides soft pity is just getting lucky, right? Like the percent chance of getting a 5-star is 1, right? Yeah, so right now it's 1%. And as I get closer to 80, it's going to start increasing. And then once I get at 80, then it's going to be guaranteed. But this is it, we just got it. You can tell because the ticket color is a little different when it's going in. You can compare the previous pull with this pull in order to tell. Cipher. Alright, did we get a double? Let's get a double. Chingchua. Nope, no double. But we still got Cipher, though. Pretty early, I think, actually. Right? No, I think we went up to 70. Well, we didn't hit soft pity, though, because the rate up never increased past 1%. So I don't know exactly what happened, or what pity we were at. But we could check the stream and compare the pulls before and after. I think it went up to 60. Alright, now for her light cone. This one will give it to me within 75. And it's also guaranteed. Also, I need some of these light cones because I don't have a single copy of them. So let's win our 4-star 50/50s. There we go. Finally, a Remembrance light cone. Shared feeling is pretty good. Oh, okay. All my luck went to the light cone banner, apparently. I got, what was that, four stars within a 5 pull? I wouldn't mind getting more. I already used up all my luck. Okay, there we go. Another Genius's greetings. Another one. Okay. I think we're up to 4 copies. We could get it S5 from the jump. Shared feeling is like one of the better abundance light cones. It's like quid pro quo. Like a lot of people have been recently complaining about the Remembrance path because it's a new path, but there's not like anything in common between the current Remembrance characters that we've got. Besides the fact that they have a summon, even though characters like Topaz, who is Hunt, and Jingyuan, who is Erudition, had summons before. And it's not even a matter of like, well, some of them are targetable, some of them aren't, because Netherwing, which is Caster's summon, is not targetable by enemies, though it is targetable by allies. And Little Ika is, I don't think, targetable by allies, but is targetable by enemies. But I think that is mostly due to the light cones, because Abundance light cones and Destruction Pat light cones are pretty strong. So someone would like Hyacine with the access to Luocha's light cone, or even Huohua's light cone would be really impactful, I think. So it's kind of like introducing a new premium currency. Like making a new path is kind of like removing your options of using your old light cones that have all these cool abilities. Similar to like playing a trading card game. Like when developers introduce new cards, unless they have like rules that specify that only cards from this season can be played, then players are going to like pick up on like really weird random strategies that no one ever thought of doing, because the card is just so old. But the effect is like kind of broken when you add it with a new character. Like for example, when Lingsha came out, Luocha's light cone has this effect where it grants energy based on how many enemies you hit. but Lingsha is an area of effect damage dealing healer. So she's gaining like 15 energy extra when she uses her skill, and then when her follow-up attack happens as an extra 15 energy. And with the emergency heal happens as another extra 15 energy. So then she uses her ultimate, which hits all enemies. And then that causes her to do an immediate follow-up afterwards, which hits all enemies. So she ends up basically being an ultimate spamming bot when you give her Luocha Light Cone. Now Luocha was in version 2.1, and Lingsha wasn't until like 2.6. So that's like more than a year later, and they've already introduced some unintended interactions, right? It's a lot easier to balance things when you say, hey, these new things, you can only use new stuff with them. You can't use old stuff with them. Kind of getting up there in the we've used 50 pulls so far. This is it though. So soft pity for both the character and the light cone, but that's fine. Maybe we'll get a double. One more for the road. S5 Geniuses greetings. Lies dance on the breeze. Great. That's a lot of pulls. I still have 117 left, and this patch is only halfway over. So we're still pretty good. Like, I could get another 5-star in this patch if I wanted to, because you're guaranteed to get one of these within 80 and one of these within 70. I wouldn't be able to get both, but I'd be able to get one if I wanted to. I don't want to. I mean, I do want to. I wouldn't mind getting E1 Cipher, or even S2 Cipher. S2 would be economical. There, Sushong. This is a talent speed boost. It's stackable, can stack up to 2 times. And when you enter battle, you immediately get the speed boost.
Sooner or later, I'll make my mark in history.
So you could make her ultra fast, or you give her attack boots and make her fast but also still strong. So once this is maxed out, I think it's 27% speed for 2 turns. But it stacks up to 2 times, so that's 50%. So she ends up being at 150 speed without any relics. That's pretty good. I mean, it's going to be nothing compared to Cipher. But I also got a Misha Eidolon. Nice.
The one thing I look forward to? Growing up, of course.
Alright, so just for comparison, you saw Sushong. She's fast. She actually... No, that's actually on entering battle. So she has a base speed of 107. Cipher's base speed is 106. Cipher is actually at base a little slower than Sushong. But here in the minor traces, we're already going to start lapping her. Because now we're already faster. Is this really my first Nihility 5-star light cone? Huh. Okay. Well, besides the one you get from the Hertus shop. Guess that makes sense. I did pre-farm for this character. Giving her a Pioneer set. She needs speed and crit damage and crit rate and effect hit rate and attack, which is a lot of different stats that for one person to need. How do they say that this is better? Why do they think this is better? I don't think this is better. I think this is better. So 2 crit damage versus 1 crit rate, but also 1 extra speed. I mean, I think the second one is actually better just because I'm already going to be over the limit for speed. Oops. Gonna have to filter again. More speed, but it's HP body. Yes, that was guarantee on the character and the guarantee on the light cone, actually. So it wasn't a 75-25 win. It was a guarantee. I came into this guaranteed on both. We're going to be going for Glamoth for the planar ornament. Oh, this actually might be a little better. Crit rate and crit damage. Neither of them, but has speed. And then quantum damage. That does look kind of nice, doesn't it? Energy regen. But 7 speed. Oh, I forgot that I had the 7 speed portion. That's real nice. I'll probably swap between the two. Let's try this for now. Alright, that puts us at 166 speed, which actually will be fine because there's still more speed to be gained. I have 12 more speed to get from traces. That's perfect. That's 8160. That's like as good as my Zila, sadly. Tecmo Super Bowl? That's such a game. That's so long ago.
Not bad. One more for my treasure trove.
That was way before our time. My brother had that growing up. He's 10 years older than me.
Not bad. One more for my treasure trove.
Wow.
Not bad. One more for my treasure trove.
It's so weird having all the stuff you need already for a character and not just like farming for the whole week afterwards.
Not enough. Not enough. I can hoard even more.
He's just so greedy.
Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
You guys missed her her idle animation. She was too fast for you. Played Madden, but only for like a day. I actually have played a surprising number of sports video games, given how few actual sports I played over time. Like I've played Madden, NFL Fever, NFL 2K, like NBA Jam. Oh, I actually did not have enough. I do have enough. They're just automatically picking 3 stars instead of picking my purples. I probably will get rid of just one of these, just so it doesn't throw away too much of my stuff. I'm just gonna salvage these. Salvage the 3 stars. Don't get rid of any of my 4 stars. Alright, good. And I have enough of the 3 stars locked, right? Like I'm not giving away any superimposed things. I'm gonna just triple check. We can't sort by superimposition. Alright, I have 1 locked, 2 locked. I'm sure that I have, yep, 3 locked. Yeah, I've got 1 of each at least. I'm good. Alright, max level, max light cone.
Good stuff ahead. Start running. Good stuff ahead. Start running.
I'm so glad that they added the auto material synthesis for this menu. Can I make it auto do this? No, I can't? Alright. I mean, it's better than it was before, so it's fine. I've got decades to make it even better. I guess I should do things kind of in order, right? Even though I'm sure that I've already did everything I need. Ever play Mario Hopes 3v3 on the DS? Never had a 3DS. Alright, maxed level, max light cone, max traces, max relics, final stats 180. So you notice that the crit rate is down to only 30%, crit damage 160. Cipher has this trace that when her speed is greater than 170, she increases her crit rate by 50%. So this is actually 80% crit rate, which is fine. I could probably do better, but 80% is pretty good. Like I said, this is like as good as my Sela. And she was not even that fast. And she almost has as much attack as her as well. The state of power creep. I mean, it helps that she has a trace that gives her literally 50 crit rate. Like, it's very easy to get more other stats. Like, I wouldn't even consider her relics that great. Like, I farmed for quite a while for them, but I could. This is definitely just version. This is kind of more like version 2, I feel like. Like, the quality of these relics they're pretty good. Not as good as my Face Shao, but probably around the same level as my Sela or my Tribi. Definitely not as good as my Jing Yuan. Hey there, Baker. Alright, so back to what I was talking about. So, if you read her talent, Cipher will automatically grant the patron status to the enemy with the highest max HP on the battlefield. When allies hit the patron, then she saves off a percentage of the damage dealt to them. So that's 12% of the damage dealt to them. Now, with this trace here, because her speed is over 170, she's increasing that tally by 100%. So actually, instead of it being 12%, it's actually 24%. So 24% of all the damage dealt to the patron enemy is saved by Cipher and then unleashed or redistributed using her ultimate. Now, this trace, she actually tallies 8% of the damage to enemies that are not the patron. So when there are 5 enemies, and you do an AoE attack, she'll copy 8% of the damage from those enemies and 12% from the main enemy. But again, it's doubled. So this is actually 16% from the non-enemies and 24% from the main enemy. And then this final trace is more crit damage. So the crit damage dealt by the talent's follow-up attack. Oh, that's actually 100% crit rate on the talent follow-up means I probably should try to get more like 90, 95 crit rate, huh? On the, for her. I think I can manage that. Let me just take a look at some of these relics real quick. Because when you give yourself that much crit damage, you definitely want to hit those crits. Oh, I should also look at... So, in combat, her crit rate's actually going to be +8. No, it's not. It's going to be +4. So that's not enough to make up the difference. %5 from here and more speed. Sorry, ratio. Let's see what else we got here. 5% crit rate, 4 speed. More crit damage. So 6% crit rate, 5% crit damage, but -4 speed. But I also just gained 3 from taking from ratio. Let's see what else we got. 2 speed, so we'd be losing 2, and that's not good enough. I'm not going to take that from him. The same amount of crit rate, more attack, break effect. I think we're going to go with the one that has slightly more crit rate. It has like no speed, so I'm losing 4 speed though, and no effect hit rate either. And less attack as well. Maybe I won't. Let's keep on looking. I actually can no longer swap to crit rate body because I'd be overcapped in crit rate at this point. Hey there, Aunt Lazario. You got the new Switch 2? Plan to get it on Monday? Oh, you got it on Monday. So Switch 2 came out recently. I'm not buying it yet. I will buy it. But I'm waiting for a release date for Kirby Air Riders. That's really the main thing. There's not really a reason for me to get it right now. 9% crit rate, that's too good right now. 2 speed, I could probably do better than that, right? 3% crit rate. I could probably re-roll this. Like, I rolled 4 times into HP. That is tragic. And 1 time into effect hit rate. I'm stealing this from Arlen probably. And then 5.8 crit rate on this. But then 7 speed and only crit damage, so I'd be losing crit rate. So plus 50 is 87%, 143. I actually don't like that as much. I really don't. 87, 143.
Not a good sign to be empty-handed.
But actually, it's more than that because it's actually 87, 244 for her follow-up attack. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'll just stick with this.
Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
Alright, so we've built her. Let's put her on some teams. Oh yeah, the kit overview. I guess I kind of already went over the kit, right? She stores the damage, and then when she uses her ultimate, she just redistributes it. 25% to the main target, and then 75% to adjacent targets, or to the targets in the black, like the main target and adjacent. So if there are 3 enemies, you'll hit 25% on one, and then you'll split the 75 3 ways. So it'll be 25 on the left, 50 in the middle, 25 on the right. If you hit the enemy on the edge, then it's 25 on the right, and then like 37.5 to the other half, or to the left and the right, for a total like 62.5 to the enemy on the right, and then the 37.5 to the one next to it. If you do that same setup, but you kill the enemy with 25% of that damage, then 75% goes to the other, and that's kind of like the main skill point, or the skill assessment needed for Cipher, is that if you hold your ultimate and you use it in a way that increases like the amount of damage given to one enemy, or for example, another example is when you kill a boss, or not when you kill a boss, when you are fighting a boss and you get to phase 2, then usually they're by themselves, and you have to, like, if you use your ultimate right then 100% of the damage that you've tallied right up until that point goes to the boss instead of splitting it to the other adds. So it's mostly a matter of like when to ultimate and where. Alright. I've got some time before this actually becomes a thing. But with Silverwolf being buffed, there's a future
Let's go hustle for treasures afterwards.
You actually end up with a mono quantum.
Don't worry about Big Sister Treeby, Cyphy. We will definitely catch up to you.
So Silverwolf would provide the quantum implants, and then Sela and Cipher do very fast attacks. Cipher uses her ultimate. Tribby follows up with them. Sela uses her ultimate. It's great. I don't know if I'm going to have the pulls for Silverwolf because I'm going to be pulling for Sunday E1 S1 in this upcoming patch. I'm going to go for the S1 first, followed by the E1. Technically, I don't have the pulls yet. Because even if I win my 50-50 and win my 75-25, I don't have enough pulls to get to Soft Pity for both of them. And then I would definitely run out by the time I'm like pull Sunday. Then Silverwolf is rumored to be on the very next patch. There's no way. So that's like way down the road. Not anytime soon. Obviously, this would be a lot better if I replaced Zila with Casterus, because Casterus is just strictly better than Sela. I mean, Casterus is Sela. I mean, if you played Honkai Impact 3rd, which I don't, but lore-wise, they're technically the same character in a different game. Completely different characters in this game. Next team. The Fei Xiao team. So Cipher is Fei Xiao's best partner. And I would actually probably do it like this. And actually maybe I would do it like... No, okay, so it really depends. So this setup where Aventurine is in the second slot is for when the enemies aren't strong enough to break Aventurine shields, so when they do AoE attacks, it's fine, or blast attacks, it's fine. And they hit both Fei Xiao and Cipher and Aventurine to give maximum stacks. But my Aventurine doesn't have that much defense, so... And Cipher has like low base HP and low base defense, and Fei Xiao also has low HP and low base defense. So it's probably best for me to do the setup like this. And maybe even like this. Because eventually we'll get fewer stacks, but at least the shields will stay up. Now, the things that are important for Fei Xiao are stack generation and damage amplification. Cipher increases Fei Xiao's damage amplification way more than the previous other characters that I had. So Topaz has a 50% follow-up attack damage increase to the Numbia's target. That's pretty good. If I had E1, then it would also increase the crit damage of follow-up attacks in addition to the damage. I don't have E1. And if I had S1, then that would also increase the vulnerability for follow-up attacks, but I don't have S1. But if I had S1 and E1, then Topaz would be slightly better on the damage amping portion than Cipher, but only barely. But also, Numbi targets random enemies. Cipher always targets the enemy with the most HP. Topaz does pretty good damage, Cipher does pretty good damage, but then Cipher does pretty good damage, and she also takes a copy of Fei Xiao's damage and then redistributes it to enemies as you please. So, Cipher's just generally better than Topaz. March 7th, March actually gives a speed buff, which is kind of nice. It's only 10%, but everything counts. I think that the main team is actually going to be either Motsa or March 7th. Cipher, Fei Xiao. I tried playing Topaz and Cipher at the same time in the Legend of the Galactic Baseballer event, where you do have a trial Cipher. But the issue is that Numby targets a random character, and Cipher targets the enemy with the most HP. So sometimes you're lucky, and Numby is targeting the enemy with the most HP. And maybe you just reset, 5 times until you get the setup you want. But it's kind of a nightmare to actually try to run Topaz and Cipher at the same time. I would need to have a much faster Aventurine, even if I sacrificed some speed in order to make that work, because I could use Aventurine to generate SP skill points so that Topaz could freely swap targets. There's actually some nuance between using Cipher and Fei Xiao together that I will probably get into when we're actually using them in combat. I'm going to quickly take a break to read some chat here. Some Switch 1 games I own, never touched, work better on the Switch 2, so I'm just going to buy it. Breath of the Wild, never played it. That's interesting. The Breath of the Wild I thought ran pretty well on the Switch. I did play it. I streamed it as well. I know that it did not run very well on the Wii U, but it's kind of surprising that Breath of the Wild actually got 2 upgrades. It has the Wii U version, the Switch 1 version, the Switch 2 version. At least add new content. Adding new content to a 2017 game when Tears of the Kingdom just came out. I mean, maybe, sure. You could always just ask for more stuff, right? No sustain mono quantum? Yeah, that would be the idea. No sustain mono quantum. You could run Fush 1 instead of Tribi, and that would work just fine as well. Fushuan would increase the max HP of the team and give damage reduction, and then redirect some of the damage to herself. Further than Honkai Impact 3rd, Silverwolf is clone of Bronya. I think that's correct. Actually, I don't think that Silverwolf is their own. I don't think Silverwolf is her own character. I think that they're both just Bronya, right? Because they both have the little spiral pigtails. Silverwolf was recently added to some other game. Like, she was a collab character in... I don't remember which game it was. I think Silverwolf was recently added to Honkai Impact 3rd. You actually might be right about that. I think she was just added recently to Honkai Impact 3rd, even though she is Bronya from Honkai Impact 3rd. Switch 2 edition should be free because it's like rewarding their fan base for being a longtime fan and already owning the games. Am I right? Am I right? That has never happened with Nintendo. If you had... So I had a Wii, right? And I bought games off of the Wii store. And then when I bought a Wii U, some of those same games on the Wii store are on the Wii U store. And you would think, oh, well, I'll just get it for free. They're like NES games, right? It's like Balloon Flight. Like, you don't need to pay extra money to get Balloon Flight again. But it's like... It was like a 30-cent, the games themselves were like $1, $2, something like that, $5. I don't remember what they were. But Nintendo has never been like oh, thanks to you for being such loyal fans. Here's a reward. They've always been like, oh, you'll buy our products? Here are more products. Like, oh, you like the Game Boy? Here's a link cable and a camera and a printer and like... all sorts of stuff. A microphone. You like the GameCube? Here's a e-reader. Here's a disc reader. Here's a Game Boy cartridge reader. Here's a Game Boy Advance link cable to make it as a controller for the GameCube. Here's an extra dock that acts not a USB port, a Ethernet jack to your GameCube. You have Legend of Zelda. Here, buy it on the GameCube, where it's the exact same, except you can do the dungeons backwards sometimes. Cipher gives 5 debuffs. Time to try ratio again. Agreed. Unfortunately, Cipher is currently holding all of Ratio's gear, but it's fine. Eventually, it'll be Ratio, Cipher, someone, and a healer. My options for the other one, the other person, so I could use Tribby, because she grants Res Pin in her skill, and she gives vulnerability in her ultimate state as well. So that's 6 debuffs for Ratio. It could be Sunday, who grants plus damage, plus crit rate, plus crit damage, and an extra turn to Ratio. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be Welt, because he grants vulnerability with his ultimate and slows down the enemy, and also has Imprison. And if he has the Silverwolf Light Cone, then he can basically use the defense debuffs that Cipher is giving through her Light Cone to gain extra energy for himself, which kind of adds like a team synergy. I think this is going to be the final team for this. Pretty sure, at least. Like Silverwolf Light Cone. Effect hit rate by 40, and when the wearer's attack defense reduced enemies regenerates 8 energy. And the enemies are going to be defense reduced because Cipher's on the team, reducing energy, or reducing damage, or defense, I mean. When the speed is 170 or higher, then you have a chance of it decreasing by 8%. And you, without having that speed requirement, you also have a chance of reducing it by 16%. So, that's pretty nice. Bamboozle and Theft, and Vulnerability, and Weaken, and Slow, and Imprison, and Gain Energy. And then, when an enemy is already slowed, then he deals additional damage. So he's his own like damage dealer. But then also on top of that, when his talent is triggered, when he's hitting a slowed enemy, he also gains 3 energy. So he'd be gaining 11 energy per hit, I think. It might not be per hit, it might be per attack. Attacks defense reduced enemies. So it's probably like, so 3, so 9, 17 energy per turn instead of that. So 47. So you get 30 for using your skill, and then the 17 from 9 from hitting 3 slowed enemies, and then 8 for the light cone effect. That's pretty good. 47 on 1 turn. So that's like still a 3-turn ult, but that's better than the 4-turn it would have normally cost. Oh, it's a little bit better than that, because when he uses his ultimate, he actually regenerates some energy back. And I would give him like energy regen rope. Yeah, he gets 10 extra energy. So his real energy cost is like 105. Yeah, it's 105. So I think I just get a 2-turn ultimate, right? If I use the skill every turn. I'll try it out. We'll see. And if I put quid pro quo on here, so just randomly give more energy to someone. Yeah, I think this is the team. And I think it'll work out pretty well, actually. Cipher is Ratio's best teammate for now. I think that it will be Silverwolf next patch with the proposed buffs that I've seen. Alright, let's go for another team. I did the Acheron. I didn't. So, I mean, I don't have Acheron, but Acheron is like the other teammate you would use for Cipher. She's about as good as Jiao Cho in terms of damage amplification, and she also does more personal damage. I guess one thing I should probably bring up is the idea of her true damage. So she's recording 24% of damage dealt and redistributing it, right? Now, other characters, so for example, Tribby, I calculated out 24% res pin and 40% vulnerability from Tribby equals like 1.64 total damage amplification, I think, something like that. And then you have characters like Remembrance MC, which increases the crit damage of everyone on the team by a fraction of your character's crit damage. Now, I have 200 crit damage, which is what's pretty difficult to reach, which grants like 48% crit damage to all allies. And then when Mim's support meter is full, then you grant 24% true damage to one ally for 3 turns. So that is actually about the same amount of damage amplification as Cipher, except Cipher's is the entire battle, and RMC's is for 3 turns. Now, if you're using something crazy like, you know, Herta, who's like gaining energy all the time, or like Sunday, Tingyun, like Moza, Welt, all these energy regenerating characters, whatnot, or if you're able to skill every single turn with Remembrance MC, you probably could actually always have the buff up. I'm not skilled, or I'm not building a team to have RMC do all that, because it's like one character, and I don't think it's really that worth it, especially since at any point in time they can just add a new path, and then that's going to be the new best path for Trailblazer to be on. And like I still like sometimes have to go back to Harmony, and like it's just I'm not going to bother with it. What other damage ampers do I even have? I think that's really it. I mean, Welt is like kind of outclassed at this point. Welt has 12% vulnerability for 2 turns when you use your ultimate. That's so sad. Yeah, that's the entirety of his debuff. Besides that, it's just as slow and in prison. So that's not even worth talking about. I mean, slowing the enemy means that they do less damage to you, but usually you actually, so like at the beginning of the game, you kind of wanted to have enemies not hit you. Simulated universe, sometimes you still don't want enemies to hit you, but most of the time, Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, you kind of do want enemies to hit you because they give you energy, which gives you more ultimates. And as long as you're not reaching 0 HP, then the enemies hitting you more usually makes you better for you. Unless they're gonna like slow you or delay you or something like that. Some other characters I'll probably end up using. I'll probably end up using Cipher with Clara. Clara does pretty decent damage, even though her relics are terrible. When the enemies attack a lot, Clara becomes better. And she does pretty good AoE damage as well. I could use her with March 7th, but that would be kind of weird because if I'm using March 7th, I may as well use Fei Shao. There's really no point. If you don't have a heavy hitter, then you could use her with, like, you could use her with Super Break. I don't recommend it. But vulnerability should be factored in. I know for sure defense down is factored in with Super Break damage. I'm pretty sure vulnerability is also in there. It's just that your damage increase is not. I'd have to double check about that. But Serval also, like ultimate spamming, like the passkey, like ultimate skill ultimate on repeat with the action advancer. You'd end up racking a lot of damage up, but you're like only barely tickling the enemy. Oh, right. One more thing that I forgot to mention. Jing Yuan, because of course, you need to always talk about Jing Yuan. So, one nice thing about Cipher is that she tallies all the damage for the team against the enemies, right? Not just against the main target, even though it's 24% for the main target, but it's still 16% for the other targets. Which means that if you have a team like this, where you're attacking 15 times a turn, or you're hitting 15 enemies a turn with Jing Yuan because you skill hitting 5 enemies. Sunday advances you skill hit 5 enemies. Lightning Lord hits 5 enemies. One of the biggest issues with Jing Yuan is that Lightning Lord hits randomly when you really wanted to like focus down an enemy. So you can actually use Cipher to kind of shore up this damage distribution issue, and you can actually redirect the bulk of the damage to where you want it to go. And one really nice thing about this team is, for one thing, her vulnerability does also increase Jing Yuan's damage. Also, this team if I actually use this team, it actually will just keep on getting better, because Sunday, if I'm able to scrounge up enough pulls for the next go round, we'll have defense down, 40% defense down, or defense ignore on the enemies. That'll go with the 24% defense ignore from Cipher. Also, his light cone, which I actually don't have, so I'll have to go to the data bank to show that off. Alright, we're at the data bank. And Sunday should be here. So 45% damage increase. Okay, that's not as impactful as I thought. But 45% damage increase is pretty good. But let's also talk about Jing Yuan himself. Because I used to think I would never invest more into Jing Yuan, but so this is crit damage up, skill and ultimate damage up, and then follow-up attack damage up by 48%. So now we're looking at like 95% damage increase. But it it goes even further, because if I actually pull on his Eidolons, which I also never thought I would do, so now it's extra damage multiplier, more damage. Where's the one really? It's all the way to E6. Never mind. I'm not going to get all the way to E6. But vulnerability increase. So that's another 36% vulnerability. So what is that? Like 50 defense down and like 60 vulnerability and 90 damage up. Eventually, this team will go crazy. Even though no one's really talking about it, you heard it here first. Genuine Cipher is great for him. I also have been using Tribby up until now, and Tribby is actually probably better, quote unquote, than Cipher for this team, because Genuine hitting 15 enemies every turn grants Tribby more energy, so she can use more ultimates. But the thing is, Tribby is so good that it actually might be better on an account level for Cipher to be on this team, so that Tribby can be on the other side, like for pure fiction especially, where I'm not actually using Fei Xiao. So I could use Tribby with like Herda Himiko, or like Serval Bronya, and on this side I can stick with Cipher. Cipher will be good for dots as well, but I don't really use dot teams too much. I'm not going to really go into it too much. That's that. I'm going to catch up on chat, and then we're going to do some in-game content. I love the Game Boy player for the GameCube. I mean, I had one too. That's how you like used to trade your Pokemon to yourself back then. I've gotten so many accessories just for Pokemon over the years, like the link cables, the rumble packs, the, you know, Game Boy 2 GameCube link adapters, the Game Boy readers. Like, just so much, so much. Whole console. Like, I got the N64 so that I could play Pokemon Stadium. I got the Game Boy Color so that I could play Pokemon Red and Blue. How are Argenti and Kafka in the meta? Argenti is still one of the best units for pure fiction, and that's it. So there are 3 endgame modes. One of them is Memory of Chaos. That's like the one that everyone cares about. Technically there are 4, because Simulated Universe I consider an endgame, but like you can actually finish Simulated Universe and complete it, and then not have to worry about it anymore, as opposed to these other 3, which reset every 6 weeks. So this is going to reset in 12 days. I've already completed this one. I'll probably do it again just because why not. Pure Fiction just reset on Monday. And then Apocalyptic Shadow, I'm hoping that Cipher will save me and save my account for this one. Because I don't think I was anywhere close to getting max rewards for this. Kafka is really struggling right now, but not because Kafka's bad. So Kafka's kit is basically whatever damage over time the enemy currently has, Kafka makes it happen right now on her turn instead of waiting for the enemy turn, which is only as powerful as your best dot unit, and there are no good dot units in the game yet. Like Black Swan and Jiao Cho are the other two 5-star dot characters. But they just, like, the bulk of their damage isn't in their DOT. The bulk of their damage is in their debuffs so that their allies can do more damage. So Kafka's been struggling for a while. She's about to get a buff in the next patch, as Wobster is mentioning. And there are rumors for an upcoming dot character to be released to this game. We'll probably know more about it in 2 weeks. No, we probably won't, because the next patch is Finon and the buffed characters and the Fate collab. So we'll probably know more in... how long is the patch? Or how long is the banner? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? 6 weeks? I think 3 weeks. So we'll probably find out in 2 plus 3 and 3, so like 10 weeks from now. We'll probably find out about whether Hycelin's actually is a dot character or not, as her golden boon would suggest from the Divergent universe. Why not put the main DPS in the 3rd slot? Because it splash for more sources.
Just 2 on relief.
So specifically for Fei Xiao, she doesn't gain energy. So putting her in a slot where, so that she can get hit more, is actually completely useless for her. So you're really only doing it in order to, what's it called? For adventuring stacks. Secondly, I run a lot of Lushaka, which buffs the character in the 1st slot's attack stat. And usually the main DPS focuses so much on damage that they're actually pretty squishy. So they actually don't have enough defenses to actually take all the splash damage. So those are 3 reasons. The main reason is that Fei Xiao doesn't have energy. All this talking is in this cold basement, filling up my nose. Oh, well, that's very clear now. Alright. Talking too much. We'll get some combat going soon. Alright, I'm caught up on chat. Let's do endgame. Just because this is easy, let's start with Forgotten Hall. See you, Letopia. Thanks for stopping by. What did I use last time for this? I clearly would have used Fei Xiao for side 1. So that means that I'm using Jingyuan for side 2. I love how simple team building is for me. So I want to use Gallagher. Yeah, let's use Gallagher instead of Aventurine. He's got the light cone, so it should be fine. There are fire enemies on this side. Fire res, lightning res. Oh, that's kind of annoying that they're lightning res. But I have Trippies, so it should be fine.
My hair's standing up. Maybe we should go the other way.
Cat and mouse time!
Let's see.
I guess this doesn't count as the overworld.
Found me.
Someone else take this one? Nice job! Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this? You can't run!
I actually don't want to use my skill here because he actually will have damage reduction up until I take enough damage. So I actually don't want to lower his attack stat because I want him to hit me more.
Show me what you can do. Never hesitate. Too slow.
Oh, I quit!
What happens if I make him, if he like loses, what's it called?
That feels way better.
Am I able to like break him before he even gets his thing? And what happens if I do?
I'll take it on.
You're falling apart on your own.
I'm just curious. Apparently nothing.
Amateur.
Ready to shine.
So it's just strictly worse to do that then.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Time to show you Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards.
Still not?
What's
Okay,
this?
fine.
Thanks. I venture forth. That feels way better. Triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable. I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable. Fangs and claws got it. Fear does not fear. I won't do.
You can't run. Yeah.
Too slow.
Awesome. You'll make now watch this. I'm gonna hold up.
Get them.
Come to me.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Never hesitate. Found me.
Oh, I quit. Oh, stop. Shit.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Sensei. Victory!
300,000? That would be more than a Space Shout ultimate. So it won't be enough to actually do anything here.
Pick on someone your own size. Get them.
venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Awesome! Now what's this? I can do this! Protect me!
Thanks. That feels way better. Show me what you can do. I'll be never hesitate. Found me.
Yeah!
Too slow.
I forgot to check how much a Face Out ultimate does in terms of percentage points to the enemy.
I'll take it off.
I weakened it, darn it. I should not have done that. It's okay, I'm at 75% anyway.
You need to get stronger.
Time to show you what I can. Treasure dragon, white tiger, less cards. What's this? Don't come in.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Our cute play session is over.
Because this is true damage, it actually will go past his damage reduction, I'm pretty sure.
With enough believers, lies become reality. Gosh.
So he took off like 30% of the enemy's health, just like that.
Fear does not fear. I won't do.
Oh, I get it.
I thought that would introduce a break bar to him, but it didn't.
Now what's this?
I actually don't know what's going to cause him to have a break bar.
Get them.
Found me. Fangs and claws got dull. I venture forth to hunt.
So I'll just hit the side enemies, I guess.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Never hesitate! Too slow.
Even though I'm recording less damage, enemies that are weakness broken take more damage, so like it'll probably even out. It'll be fine.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Oh, that's what causes him to. Need more skill points.
Thanks. That feels way better. The fear that knows not fear.
Look at this like set of attacks.
I won't do.
Time to show you. Treasure dragon, white tiger, less cards. What's this?
A little gray's too much for you.
I'll take it off.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
It can't be killing the summons because it's shared HP, but I think that dealing enough damage in general. Well, I mean, I guess that's the same thing as trying to kill the summons. That was pretty good.
Life is as a
4
field
cycles,
as two on the
and I don't have Castrus.
Forward with strife.
You have to like spend a whole cycle waiting for him to lower his guard.
When faced with an army, bide your time and time your attack.
A day of peaceful
String number.
Watch yourself. Decided to play your ace, huh? Merciful Medicus.
Follow my charge.
Here is thunder. Wanted to doubt farewell. This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
I cannot use my ultimate yet for Trippy.
Come.
Now I can.
This will do it.
If I do that, then it actually will action advance Sunday without action advancing Jingyuan, and then it'll actually mess up the whole everything. Notice I'm at full HP, even though I have Gallagher as my healer. It's actually because of the Huahua Light Cone that heals the most hurt person on the team every time someone uses an ultimate. I actually kind of like Gallagher in this team slot. He gets his ultimate pretty quickly, and he can like easily swap over to just always using basic attacks if he needs to.
Was that it?
Here, this thunder. I've heard the call. Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless.
I'm gonna wait until it's actually Kirby's turn so that the
Is it coming?
buff stays up for the whole duration. And then I will skill here because I'm about to get some energy anyway.
In the mood for another. Here, this thunder.
Show no mercy.
I mean, eventually I'm gonna have Sunday's Light Cone, and I won't have to choose.
Conflict.
But the extra energy that Huahua gives actually makes it so that you have a smooth rotation for Sunday. Am I gonna be greedy? This is like the one issue with using Gallagher, right? Like, I could ultimate here and guarantee that everyone lives. Or I could just hope that the second blaze out of space doesn't kill Sunday. Okay, it worked out in the end, but like, come on, really?
Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves. It ain't over.
Follow my
Ow,
charge.
that burn hurts a lot.
I've heard the call. This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path. Serenity is before me.
A foregone conclusion.
I'm probably going to swap Gallagher over to the new healer set. It increases speed, and then when you heal an ally, it also increases everyone's speed. No, it increases your speed again, and then increases everyone's crit damage. And that's a lot better than... I don't even know what Gallagher has as his relic set right now.
Show no mercy.
I just know that it doesn't matter, whatever he has.
Is it coming? Are you ready to let's play? Away we go!
Kind of need energy.
For another beating.
Delivering warmth.
There's no time to lose.
Here, this thunder.
Should have skilled there. Alright, this is fine. He's lightning resistant.
To doubt farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
Nice like a good my friends. Indulge yourselves.
Alright, this makes everyone happy on turn 1.
It ain't over.
And then he gives me the buff. And then I hit him again so that he gives me another buff rather than flipping the TVs. Oh, that actually did not work the way I thought it was going to work. The other TVs, it does work like that.
Follow my charge.
Here, this thunder. I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless.
This is kind of like the easy part of the battle. This part is fine. He's gonna slow me, which makes it way worse. If he slows Sunday, if he slows Genuine but not Sunday, then the run is kind of dead. He slowed Sunday, And that's fine. So now I do this, and that should actually make him give someone else energy. And in fact, I'm actually gonna do this as well.
It's coming! Are you ready to let's swim? Away we go!
There we go.
Step up, let's see ya.
There's no time to lose.
Here is thunder.
That's why I was surprised when it didn't work on the big TV, because it works on the smaller TVs.
Guide you on your path. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
So this should be done with enough cycles to get the 3 stars again.
Watch closely!
Rice like a good friend. Indulge yourselves! It ain't over.
There's no time to lose.
Here is thunder. I'll overcome the thorn. Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
I really hope that the... Yep, it worked alright.
Show no mercy.
It's coming! Are you ready to let's swim?
Alright, we got pretty lucky there.
In the mood for another beating?
I'm 40 off, which I can't get even if I had... I do have energy regeneration rate, but that's not enough. It's only 10%.
Here is thunder. I've heard the call. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
Delivering warmth!
So let's see, what do I want to do here? I actually have to use a skill here because otherwise I'm going to lose it.
This mortal. Watch over you.
I have to use my ultimates here because otherwise I'm going to lose it.
Rice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Pretty sure that I delay it one more time. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, may as well use it though, because I'll lose it otherwise.
Is it coming? Are you ready to let's swim? Away we go!
I'm just like barely trying to keep up here.
I'll overcome the thorn. Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge.
Here is thunder. Step up, let's see ya.
Alright, it's over. Unless he gives energy to... Oh, so close. Ooh,
In the mood for another beating?
that hurt a lot.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
That was pretty close. exactly 20 cycles remaining. Yeah, 21 cycles. Okay. Still a 3-star clear. That's what, 4 cycles on side 1, 5 cycles on side 2. With pretty bad luck against the bananas. I'm pretty sure that I like 4 cycled it last time with whatever team I used. I don't even remember what it was. I know that I like first tried it though, whatever it was. Let's do the pure fiction. Give Face Shadow a break. Oh, it's True Sting. Is it time to bring out the ratio? It's not time to bring out the ratio. I don't have enough good relic sets to give both ratio and Cipher. Use skills that can make every enemy is hit. Additionally, increments 3. After an enemy target is defeated by any unit, all units gain 1 stack of Resound. How do you consume Resound though? When entering it, consume all. So then you consume it all, and then you gain 1 skill point. Each stack deals extra damage to a random enemy. After they're defeated, we all get 1 more stack. When a stack's with a 10 or higher, then you use all of them. So defeat 10 enemies, then do more damage to all enemies, and get a skill point back. Okay. Can reduce the toughness enemies that don't have the corresponding weakness type. That's actually a really, really good buff. Even if it's 50%. That's really, really good. But you don't gain skill points back. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with using Resound. After consuming Resound to deal damage, increase all damage dealt by 60% for 1 turn. For 1 turn? Is that the Finon specific setup for when he comes out? Will he come out in time? This banner's 3 weeks, and then Finon is out for... So there will be 3 weeks where Finon is available for pure fiction here. Well, let's do speed on both of them. And what are these enemies? Physical and lightning? I guess I could use Serval, and technically if I shuffled around enough relics, I could use Kafka here as well. And then Quantum and Wind. What? What are these choices? Oh, Anaxa for Wind, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we got Lightning, so let's just use Genuine here. And since this is Sage 1, I think I should be able to get away with using like Pela or Mini Herda. And then you do have ice enemies, but you also have fire enemies. Let's do Tribby Cipher here, but then who's going to actually drive them? Fei Xiao can drive them? Can't Fei Xiao drive them? No, Fei Xiao can't drive them. I need like to get rid of either Cipher or Tribby in order to make room for like Little Herda somewhere in here. Or actually I can get rid of RMC to add Himiko? Is my Himiko built right now? 6896? Not really. That's already with a crit rate chest? Oh boy. Why, thank you. You don't need it. I'm using break effect right now. Probably needed it for the last thing I was doing. 6.1 crit rate, 2.9. Oh, I forgot that she also has the trace that gives her 15% crit rate when she's above 80% HP. Alright, sustainless on side 2.
I commend.
A day
To make up for the fact that we're just lacking.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy. Trifling.
Alright. I didn't realize that there were going to be so many of these counter enemies. Clara would actually be pretty good here.
I can't thank you enough.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path. Torn to doubt farewell.
Here is thunder.
Oh, I should have done Palos first.
Show no mercy.
Wait, I can use Palos now, I guess.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated.
Pela gets energy every time an enemy dies. So that's why I use her so often in Pure Fiction, because she just like gains energy and then she just abuses whatever the gimmick is.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
There's no time to lose. Here is thunder.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Should have waited until after the Lightning Lord went for this.
Time.
That's okay.
Show no mercy.
It's the stage 1, so like I'm not too worried about it.
Ready for another? I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Get there. Conflict is pitiless.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Heard the call. Torn to doubt farewell.
Here is thunder. Show no mercy.
That's a lot of defense down.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Really? I don't have enough? There we go.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
I also guess I could have been skilling with Pela since we get so much.
Stay put.
Thanks for the support.
Conflict is pitiless.
Here's stage 1, you know.
Strength in numbers. Cat and mouse time.
Burn away. Let's see. Found me.
Well, that's one way to start off the battle.
Forth to hunt. Forever triumphant. Victory is
Oh, by the way, overkill damage does not actually count for Cipher.
It's coming. Hiding the west wind. Let's go.
So you have to be somewhat strategic.
Come to me.
99%.
never hesitate.
You can't run. Watch closely.
I should have used. Oh no, I forgot about this portion of the fight.
You won't get away.
I'll take it all.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable. Found me. The fearless knows not fear.
I think we kill here, right?
Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality.
No, I don't even come close.
It's coming. Hiding the west wind. Away we go.
Time for an overhaul.
I think it only took like 2 turns. That's what happened when you run attack boots.
And I'm no exception. I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Even though it's stage 1, I was not expecting the 0 cycle on node 2 with the facial. Alright, ice. Now we're talking. Fire for side 2. I think I'm gonna keep the facial Himiko team. But instead of having Pela, I can have Herta. I will keep the buffs.
I commend.
A day of peaceful repose.
Upgrade configured.
Flee. There's no time to lose. Here, this thunder.
I'll overcome the thorn. Serenity is before me. This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Conflict is pitiless.
Time to twirl.
Show no mercy.
Gain skill point back. So here's my latest tech. I replaced Hofa's gear. Now she's reusing the Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder. So now she's gaining the 6% speed boost in combat in addition to the 6% speed boost from the two-piece effect. That's an extra 12% speed. That gets her up to 188 speed. It's pretty good. Well, no, the 188 speed is because of the resound universality. So it's actually more like 150 speed. But in addition to that, we also got everyone else on the team also getting 15% crit damage. Which is pretty good. And the only requirement is that you heal.
What are you looking at? Time to twirl! Do you know who I... It's Big Diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
I'm afraid.
Get them! Here is thunder!
Time to twirl!
Order to doubt farewell.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless!
Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Do you know who I... This Big Diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Show no mercy!
Honored to meet me. I'm gonna hold everyone back again!
Get them! Follow my charge. Here is thunder!
Time to twirl!
Serenity is before me.
There's no time to lose.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Conflict is pitiless!
Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? This Big Diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Show no mercy!
Time to twirl!
Was that it? Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
Do you know who I... This Big Diamond!
Intentionally waited for the Ascended to take her turn so that I could break her, stopping from doing the second action. I didn't actually need to do that now that I'm thinking about it, because it probably would have just done an AoE wind dot, which is like nothing.
Will overcome the thorns. Order to doubt farewell.
Follow my charge. Here is thunder!
Time to twirl!
Show no mercy!
Time to twirl!
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
This is free energy. Look at this. There's no way we die to them, and they just keep on beating us.
Time to twirl! Do you know who I... This Big Diamond! It's all yours!
Now, if I had been using Welt and these enemies had been imprisoned, then they would not have been hitting us, you know?
Time to twirl!
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless! Trifling!
Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge. Here is thunder!
Time to twirl!
it is kind of starting to wear down on us. But also, if this pattern continues, then we can use Adventuring as our sustain. And then, like, every time the enemy hits, it's just going to give us a follow-up attack.
This mortal. Watch over you.
Who's providing this vulnerability?
Do you know who I am?
Surgeon Grit, okay. I didn't realize the Surgeon Grit also gave vulnerability.
It's all yours. I won't break. I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Fiends or devils. Now crush them all.
This is the Ascended second turn, by the way.
Conflict is pitiless.
Time to twirl.
Show no mercy.
Strengthen them. Cat and mouse time.
Burn away. Let's see.
The first time the Ascended attacked, it was like nothing. They got frozen after hitting one person. And they wouldn't have actually done anything. Do I want to act in advance?
It's cool. I need a wet swim.
It at least increases the vulnerability of the enemy. Do I want this to happen? This should be fine. This is sustainless, so I should be a little bit careful.
Don't fight, so I'll take it off.
You won't get away. Found me. I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! The fearless knows not fear. Time for an overhaul. Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception. You won't get away. I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Come to me.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you fun. Never hesitate!
Why did I choose Himiko here again?
Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Watch closely.
You won't get away.
It's cool. I need a wet swim. Away we go.
A little gray is too much for you.
How can I tell how many enemies have been defeated so far? Guess it would be the amount of resound stacks that I have. Maybe this means I have 0 resound? Why can't I count the amount of resound I have? I want to see if this is an okay skill to use. Yeah, right, it was a good skill to use. I'm gonna wait.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
So 300,000 was about 2% of the enemy's HP. So is that correct? It's at 69% now. What was he at before? With the power of looking backwards in chat, he was at 80. So it's actually 11%. So right now I have 20. I'm holding on to 22% of the enemy's HP right now.
Sure.
Don't fight so I can leave early.
I kind of want to just use
Our
this
cute
now
play
though.
session is over.
I think I kill with 25% here, so it'll end up being a bigger distribution. Because it'll only be 50% if I do it this way, but it'll be 37.5. No, it'll actually be more if I do it this way.
With enough believers, lies become reality! Yes! You can't run!
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! That's it. Victory is inevitable! You won't get away.
No bullying, you snooze!
Never hesitate! Oh, dear.
It's coming! Tiger to West Wind! Away we go!
Found me. You want to take advantage?
Come to me!
You won't get away.
Perhaps you sticky man never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Stage 2. Alright, I'm not falling for this trick 3 times, right? No, no, never mind. They don't have the... Oh wait, they do have this, the people. Okay. So let's add in my Clara. And I feel like I need to start thinking about sustains here. So instead of we actually had an overabundance of energy. So we're gonna use him there. This could work with Himiko Herta. I think this could be a Himiko Herta angle. Will I do enough damage? My Himiko and Herta aren't really that well built. I'll probably end up doing more damage with Tribi. But I should probably have someone other than... Like, what do I need here? Look. Himiko could work. It should be fine here. Wish I had like more AoE. Should I get a sustain here? Who would I replace? Cipher, maybe? Even though this is the Cipher stream?
I commend.
A day of peaceful. Feeling lucky.
Ooh, wow, okay. Venture give me the instant luck.
Stay back, Clara.
I hit the mark.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
I've heard the call. I want to doubt farewell. This mortal form.
Interesting. You wanted to give Clara the buff?
Guide you on your path.
Here is thunder. Stay back, Clara.
Watch your head.
Show no mercy.
All
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Storm.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Strike your command.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast.
So this guy's about to go right now. So I want him to get hit normally.
Busts. Or maybe I'll take it all.
So that he dies, it causes the other one to attack. Which causes him to die.
Watch your
So
head.
then it causes the other one to attack.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Storm.
Strike your command. Hide.
All in. No dirty tricks, all right. Sure, I'll play along.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
This wouldn't be a bad stage for Kafka towards the end. Like if I had done Kafka instead of Jing Yuan here, then Kafka has this thing where she can actually trigger the damage over time that the dogs put onto the Tomorrow Harmonious chords.
Here is
It actually does pretty good damage. Especially when they stack so many
show no mercy.
dots at the same time.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Watch your head.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Storm.
Mission command. Mission command.
You see that?
Hedge your bets. The dice have been cast. Bust.
Too bad it only lasts like one turn.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
Hide. Conflict is pitiless.
This mortal form. Watch over you.
I could have actually used it when Clara and then used her ultimate there.
No dirty trick.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Storm.
Tournament out farewell.
Here, this thunder.
I'm gonna wait until the thing is over.
All right.
Watch your head.
I should have put Claire in the middle, right next to Zheng Yuan.
Conflict is
Then all the defense reduction.
I'll overcome
I bet the final stage isn't gonna have the it's not gonna have defense reduction is not gonna have the vengeance enemies. It's just gonna be like true sting, the ones that berserk you or something dumb like that.
mission command.
no dirty tricks. Watch your head.
This setup is also pretty good for Fei Xiao because there are just so many attacks. Even if you're off element, Fei Xiao just gets enough ultimates to take down everything.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Storm.
Sure, I'll play along. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
A foregone conclusion. Conflict is pitiless.
50% of the way down. We'll probably get 3-star or perfect score on this half
No time to lose.
because we have a whole cycle left.
Are you all right?
Watch your head.
It is still stage 3, so
Hedge your bets.
I need to be brave.
Hide. Conflict is pitiless.
Serenity is before me.
Here, this thunder.
I didn't kill anything prior to that.
Show no mercy.
There we go, straight into grid again.
Watch your head.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Storm. Suppress. Oh,
Mission command.
will come.
Yeah, it was a little ugly, but we still got 40,000.
Burn away.
Flee.
Let's see. Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. The fearless knows not fear. That won't. I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Too slow.
You like you. Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Away we go!
I have something for you.
conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Victory is inevitable! Time for an overhaul.
Does that count as 5 kills, or?
Fangs and claws got dull. The fear that kills not fear.
These ice enemies are actually kind of a pain, because if they hit me, then they push me back.
That won't do.
Like, yeah, that's like half a cycle we just lost.
I have something for you. You won't get away.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Never hesitate.
Watch closely.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Too slow.
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception. You won't get away.
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Let me go!
You won't get away.
Done with that finally.
The fear that knows not fear. I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
So, facial ult does 7% of the boss HP. Keep that in mind.
Underestimating us will cost you.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Never hesitate! Too slow.
It's coming. Are you the West Wind? Let me go!
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
You won't get away.
No bullying allowed!
Fangs and claws got dull. The fear that knows not fear. That won't do.
Get them!
Time for an overhaul.
The issue with this team, even though like we're doing good damage, We're not really playing very well into the gimmick for the stage. Because for every skill we hit, we get 3 extra grit value. And Facial skill hits 1 person. Himiko hits skill hits 1 person, hits 3 people. And then the other 2 don't hit anyone with their.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever.
So we're literally just brute forcing it with Facial.
Underestimating us will cost you. Is it coming? Are you the West Wind?
And Dance Dance Dance.
You won't get away.
Honestly, probably a little more Dance 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 than I'm willing to admit.
Never hesitate.
Stay put.
Gotta keep my speed boost up. I only get 1 more turn.
Pick on someone your own side.
Yep, just 1 more turn.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
The fearless knows not fear. I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Oh, so close to 1 more ult with Trippy, which would have pushed me over. Which would push Nimiko over. Still would not have gotten 100%. Maybe replacing Trippy with Cipher? I don't know though. Like we could have saved the ults from like the first 2 phases where we didn't really need Trippy, so to speak. And released it at the end. I also think that maybe Herda would have been better than Himiko there. Just because she has a better skill and more consistent follow-up attacks. So this whole group does a whole bunch of AoE attacks. So I probably will put Aventurine in here. Aventurine Cipher for this side. Clara will be even better for this side, though. Would she be even better? Now, these are all single target attacks. Ice, 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 fire, ice, 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 fire. I mean, I gotta do Himiko Herta for this, right? Even though their build has not kept up to date. I was gonna have to trust in Clara adventuring for this, I guess. Even though we're off element. Hey there, Peek at the Musician. How you been? Where is my adventuring anyway? There they are. Clara adventuring. Tribute. I should have someone with like a area of effect skill, right? I already have Himiko and Herta over there. Maybe I just advance. Yeah, I'm gonna just advance Clara and have her skill more often. I'm a little sick right now, but otherwise I'm doing pretty well.
Cat and mouse time! Upgrade configured.
Yeah, today is the character release day. So we pulled the new character and have been, you know, working on the character all day. Not all day, but all stream, I should say.
Take it on. Something's fishy.
Step up, let's see ya.
Found me. Time to twirl.
Nice like a good brew. Like friends? Indulge yourselves!
Time to twirl.
It ain't over.
Time to twirl. I won't break.
You won't get away.
Time to twirl. Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Time for an overhaul. Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality! Yes! You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
You won't get away.
Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
You won't get away.
for another beating? How's this taste? Slice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Found me.
We are not doing nearly enough damage here.
Come to me. Time to twirl. You can't run.
Time for an overhaul.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I know exception.
5 from this ultimate, 5 from getting a kill. So if I use my ultimate here with Cipher,
Our cute play session
I'll
is
get
over.
another
With enough believers, life become reality. Yes.
I'll get another skill point so I can use it with Herta here.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Entangle!
To my heart's content.
I have something for you. Found me.
What are you looking at? Time to twirl!
Slice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
Step up, let's see ya.
Every time Herta does a follow-up attack, we should like clear the whole board. Otherwise, this is not going to work out.
You can't run!
In the mood for another beating?
I guess taking what, 2 cycles to get a quarter of this boss's health off.
Honored to meet me.
Found me.
Time to twirl! I won't break. Do you know who... This big diamond! It's all yours!
Step up, let's see ya.
Do I have energy regen rope? Oh, I have energy regen light cone. Okay.
Time to mix things up.
Thanks.
Slice like
That
a good
feels
brew,
way better.
friends. Indulge yourselves!
What do I use instead here? Like, the elements are all over the place.
Perhaps you
The
still
main
don't
boss
understand.
has physical ice lightning wind on the right and physical ice wind
Won't be so
on
easy
the
next
left,
time.
and
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
I guess I just should have pulled an Axa or something like that. And all the enemies have all the weaknesses.
Good confidence.
Honored to meet me. You can't run!
Don't fight, so I can leave.
Come to me!
Alright, last ditch effort here.
You won't get away.
Found me.
Time to twirl!
Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality! Yes!
Hardly nothing. Alright, no way that's going to get through. But I do have Face Shadow available for side 1, based on this team.
A day of peaceful republic. Feeling lucky.
I could get like a poet set on Sunday to make him slower than Clara, I guess.
Stay back, Clara.
Sure, I'll play along. Wanted to doubt farewell.
I need to be brave.
This mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Hide.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Storm. Underestimating us, Okaz? Is it coming? Fighting the west wind. Away we go!
Oops, that's my bad. I thought I was targeting the trash can. That's worth the reset, actually.
High threat target ahead.
Feeling lucky.
There's strength in numbers.
It's not gonna matter in the end,
Pose.
but like wasting all that AV because I have the target on the wrong character.
Stay back, Clara.
Hedge your bets. Serenity is before me. This mortal will watch over you and guide you on your path.
One nice thing about Trivia is that
Afraid of you.
the runs are all like really uniform.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Storm.
Because it's like doing about the same amount of damage to all enemies,
Closely. It's coming.
you just like play the game. And there's not really much like of a choose this target, choose that target.
Watch your head.
I messed up the order again. No, I didn't. Luke Shaka.
Dirty tricks away. All in.
We're off to a better start already.
Bust.
Now I should have hit the one that had 2, because then Tribby would have gotten 2 follow-ups and it would have been fine. It's okay. Clara can get both of them. Clara is overcapped on that.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Storm.
We're still in the first wave.
Watch your head.
It's coming. Fighting the west wind. Away we go!
Stay back, Clara.
All in. I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
I need to be brave.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Storm. Delivering warmth.
Mission command.
Watch your head. Nope. Dirty trick.
Mission command.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in. Hedge your bets.
protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Storm. Is it coming? Are you the West Wind?
I think during Surge and Grit, I just skill every time with Trivia to get the skill point, or to get the energy back for the for more ultimates, for more dances.
Sure, I'll play along.
Like the basic attack damage isn't really gonna do much.
Serenity is before
And
me.
also, I probably need to like rework Sunday's relics so that he's slower than Clara in whatever way that means. So that Clara can skill and then Sunday can advance her to skill again.
Protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Storm.
All in. The dice have been bust. Or
Why
maybe
did it target
I'll
that
take it
one?
all.
Well, the boss already has it. Has the debuff on him.
Hedge your bets. Tormented doubt, farewell. This mortals. Once
You know, I pressed this triangle button because that's where Sunday usually is on the team, next to Sunday, or next to Jing Yuan. And it didn't even occur to me that he could even be in a different spot.
watch your head.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Storm.
This team just feels better even. Like, it might not even be better if I had better relics on the other team. It's just like, I don't know, this team just works.
All in. No dirty tricks.
Maybe I should get Ting Yun instead of Sunday.
It's coming. Are you the West Wind? Away we go! Delivering warmth.
Well, it's because I'm trying to kill the side enemies so that it deals true damage to the main boss. And it's messing up my targeting when it's not AoE.
Serenity is before me.
Like, I'll at least get to phase 3 on this. Will I? Yeah, I might get to phase 3 on this.
No consequence. Watch your head. All in. No dirty tricks, obey.
Oh, they're so close to dying, man.
Watch your head. This mortals watch over you and guide you on your path.
Still wasn't enough.
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Away we go!
Tormented doubt, farewell.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Storm.
Wonder if I could brute force this with Jing Yuan. There's like no lightning enemies, but they might not be lightning resist. $40,000, so 1 star. That's lower than usual. But like I said, I've been stealing Kimiko's relic sets for Topaz and Jing Yuan for a while. So their side was not very great. And I would probably swap Cipher and Trivia, right? Because Trivia can advance them and then they're attacking multiple enemies multiple times, giving her energy. I think the issue is the DPS though. Like I didn't even get 30,000 on side 2 either. Any of you guys lightning resistant? No? Well, why try anything different? Just use genuine every time. I'd have to go through that awful side 1 though. But it might be a little better if I have Clara freed up. I'm just gonna brute force it with Fei Xiao anyway. I'm kind of relying on multiple hits here. Do they actually attack me often enough? I think they kind of do. And they're all physical weak. Physical. One guy is not, but they're wind weak. All physical. The life of having no Argenti.
Oh, the bigger the risk, the better the reward.
Cool it.
Is it better to use Clara skill or Fei Xiao skill? Fei Xiao skill activates every wave.
Watch your head.
1,000 wonders to raise. Fight as one.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable!
I want to protect everyone.
And if I had those revenge enemies in this stage, it'd be so
Seize the
great.
moment.
Hedge your bets.
The fearless knows not fear. I won't do.
Oh,
Too slow.
watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
I want to protect everyone. Mr. Sora.
Watch your head.
I venture forth to hunt.
I don't know if this team is better, but it definitely feels better.
Victory is inevitable!
Like maybe I could actually have Herta as the last slot here.
All in.
I want to protect everyone. Mr. Sora.
Never hesitate!
I really wish I killed that without needing to use the follow-up attack. Not worth
I
the reset
venture
though.
forth to hunt.
I'll kill the single target enemies and then let the AoE targets hit all of us.
Victory is inevitable!
Watch your head.
Oh dear.
No dirty. All in.
Clara got stunned.
The dice have been cast. Bust.
She actually has a trace that makes it so that if she gets hit while she's stunned, she'll get rid of her stun. But she actually has to trigger it. I just lost it 4 times in a row. That's kind of worth the reset, but we're probably going to lose this anyway. I'm not going to worry too much about it. There it goes, finally.
Watch your head.
What was that, like 7 times in a row?
Everyone too.
8 times in a row?
1,000 wonders to
Very
raise
unlucky.
your fight as one.
Oh, so close.
No dirty tricks, Lord. All in.
I want to protect everyone. Monsters for
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable!
I need to be brave.
Annihilate.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Never hesitate! That won't do.
Sure, I'll play along.
Oh, he's still alive. There you go.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable!
1%, not even.
All in.
Are you alright?
I'm okay. Seize the moment.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone. Monsters for
The fearless knows not fear. Check.
Hedge your bets.
Mission command. Mission command.
Watch your head.
Pretty sure we're on pace to do worse than the Himiko Herda team, which makes sense. They are Himiko Herda.
Forever triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable!
I'm not afraid of you.
It's a shame that Face Shout Ultimate does nothing to the boss really, but it way overkills the minions. So I'm pretty sure that killing one of these minions deals like 3% true damage to the main boss.
Let's be friends.
So I guess it's better to overflow kill the side mobs, because that's still 3% compared to 1% or 2%.
Fangs and claws
It
got
kind of means
dull.
that you should be ignoring the main boss. Well, Adventuring
The
hurt me.
dice have been cast.
But the debuffs just like go away though. That's the kind of annoying part.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
It's better to be full AoE,
Stay back, Clara.
or at least blast. Or mostly full AoE.
I want to protect everyone. Monsters for fight as one.
Mission command.
All in.
Annihilate.
Sure, I'll play along.
That's the awkward part right there.
Fearless knows not fear.
The enemies just don't die to like
I want to protect everyone too.
otherwise normal attacks.
Monsters for
I have to be using one of my heavy hitters to finish off a 1% enemy HP enemy. Oh, my ultimate does not overkill the enemies. Okay. I got like 40,000 before, and this is like 24,000.
I commend.
A day of peaceful.
Alright, time to brute force. On the side.
There's no time to lose. Here, the thunder.
I heard the call. Serenity is before me. This mortals watch over you. guide you on your path.
Follow my charm. Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Your critical damage rate. Surging Grit. Get a skill point back. Surging you went up to get 2 skill points.
Is that it? Here, is thunder. Stay put. Get them.
I'll overcome the thorns. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Be your devil. I'll crush them all.
Nope. Okay, they died, so I don't get the extra energy.
It's pitiless. Show no mercy.
It's coming. Are you the West Wind? Away we go!
I think I skill here every time,
Delivering warmth.
Is that it?
just to get my thing back earlier.
There's no time to lose. Here is thunder. Get them.
I've heard the call. Serenity is before me. This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Conflict is pitiless.
If I'd used my ultimate
Time
there,
for
then I
the
think all the
master's
true
stroke.
damage ticks would have gone onto the main boss instead of killing some of the side enemies first. Minor optimization.
Is that it?
Underestimating us will
I'm
cost
going
you.
to wait for the Surging Grit to go away.
It's coming. Are you the West Wind? Away we go!
Because that gives me 25 more to just by having this.
I can't thank you enough.
Here is thunder.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
Fiends or devils.
Gets attack buff, which is kind of the only anti-synergy thing that we've got going on for this team.
Conflict is pitiless.
Back into the Surging Grit.
Show no mercy.
It makes me sad to see that brute forcing so far is on track to beat actually playing with the right elements.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Away we go! I'm scared.
Stay put. Get them. Here is thunder.
Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless.
I think I use ultimate here? No, I should have used ultimate. Darn. That's my bad. So then I should not have used ultimate there.
Watch closely.
One last combo for the road.
Doubt farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
Oh, they're taking no damage, but this score is way, way better than the first one, even though the first half was worse.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy.
It's coming. Got the west wind. Away we go.
You know what I really need? I need a follow-up attacks do something special, and using follow-up attacks gives more surge and grit.
Follow my charge.
Man, that was such a great pure fiction for me.
Here is thunder.
Serenity is before me.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
Does he even get a second turn? Oh, he does actually get a second turn.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy.
Is it coming? Riding the west wind. Away we go.
Here is thunder.
I'll overcome the thorns. Torn to doubt farewell.
Conflict is pitiless. That it?
Underestimating us delivering warmth.
I need to fix the speed setup here. Why is Tribby, like, ahead of them?
Follow my charge. Here is thunder. Show no
I'm
mercy.
wasting the dance, dance, dance action advance when she's, like, right behind them. Or right in front of them, I mean.
Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless.
It's coming. Riding the west wind. Away we go.
Alright, so I beat, quote unquote, the previous score and almost got 30,000. I think that with better rotations, and maybe a little bit more crit rate, and maybe a little more speed tuning, which actually isn't as bad as it sounds, because, like, I have a lot of gear for Jingyuan, because I had to farm for both Topaz and Himiko and Jingyuan, and, like, there's just so many that I already farmed for that I can kind of just mix and match. Like, looks like right now I'm on 145 Jingyuan. My favorite Jingyuan is actually 135 Jingyuan, but I also have a 147 Jingyuan and a, like, 122. It's like, right now this has 7 speed and 3 attack, but for the cost of 3 speed, I could gain 17 crit damage and 6 crit rate, as an example. And then for another 2 loss, I still have I still get 23% crit damage. And this one has no speed, but has 8% crit rate and 19 crit damage. So I can just kind of figure out what speed I need to be at and then swap around relics to get there. Like 7 speed gloves versus no speed gloves. decide whether I want attack versus crit damage. A little bit less speed, but more crit rate. A lot of attack and some crit rate. What did this roll into? HP? Yeah, it rolled into HP. That's just sad. That's basically trash relic. 7 speed on the crit rate chest, but I could also... Actually, this is just better in every way. This one has no speed. Rolled in defense, sadly. Crit damage chest. I'm not ready for crit damage chest. Oh, flat attack, not the worst. It's not flat HP. Crit rate, okay. Not bad. Crit damage piece that rolled 3 times in a crit rate. Those are low crit rate rolls, but they are still 3 rolls in the crit rate. That's like hardly losing anything because crit rate chest is normally 32%. So I'm only missing 20 crit rate, which I get from having Sunday on the team. Not to mention Jingyuen's trace that gives them 10% crit rate. Even though I'm at 60, I get the 10 from the trace, and then another 20 from Sunday for a 90 crit rate in combat. If I used RMC, then I would have 100%, but only for 3 turns, which is like nothing when you have Sunday on your team. Welcome in, Couple Fire. I think we're probably going to be ending pretty soon. I think, everything that I wanted to do. Did some pure fiction. We did some Memory of Chaos. We pulled Cipher. Talked about her team setups and her kit and whatnot. Are you pulling for Cipher? Are you skipping for the Fate collab? Waiting for Finon? Holding out for Cyrene? All the above? Wailing on everyone? Let's get rid of these red dots everywhere. I have a Cipher profile picture. Do I replace Bartholos, the Spirit Thief, with Cipher? Do I replace the Loyal Servant with the Boss? I would do Apocalyptic Shadow, but it's already 1 a.m. I got work in the morning. Maybe I'll probably do that off stream, to be honest. And if I get 3 stars, I'll probably do that same team setup on stream after I do the next story stream. Yeah, that was Cipher. Probably not too impressive yet, but I gotta work out some stuff. I got Huohua on a C+ relic set because I'm still farming for her. But once she's like 190 speed, able to refresh Cipher's follow-ups better, it'll be better. Also, Cipher's probably best in Apocalyptic Shadow, which I did not actually show off at all. She did shave off a cycle in Memory of Chaos, though. But that's the Cipher stream. Next time I stream this, we'll be back to story content. I want to try one more thing, actually. I want to try the Echoes of War, which kind of is a spoiler for the story-ish. Not really. If you've been pulling Cipher, then you already have been pre-farming this anyway. Because now that I have Cipher, I can why is that team 9? Okay, that kind of makes sense. So I'll do Cipher.
Great mystery. Let's go hustle for treasures afterwards.
Adventuring. And then for the final slot, let's put in maybe Herda. Welcome in, Anna, of course. I just finished doing Pure Fiction and Memory of Chaos, and also pulled Cipher and her light cone, and then talked about her teams for a bit. And now I'm doing the weekly boss to just use up some of my stamina.
Found me.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Tar.
Do you play Star Rail at all?
Money.
I'll take it on.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Spotting outfit! Victory is inevitable!
Watch your head.
You can't run.
Can you see my chat? I can. Are you able to hear my words? I've been replying to you.
I'm not afraid of you.
I do not have enough to actually stop this air effect attack from happening.
Found me.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Maybe I need to get close to the microphone so you can hear me.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Spotting outfit! Victory is inevitable! Fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality! Yes!
Ellie.
Watch your head.
You can't run.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Spotting outfit! Victory is inevitable!
My overlays are lazy, or bad out of laziness, not out of anything else. But thanks for the offer, though.
Sure, I'll play along. Spend freely. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Come to me! You can't run!
Watch your head.
Should be good for the rest of this now.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me this is horrible. I'll take it on.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Watch your
And he summons the stuff and you have to attack him to get rid of those stacks.
Venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
I'm just not realizing that the first phase doesn't actually share HP. The second and third phases do share HP though.
Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality! Yes!
Never hesitate!
You want to take advantage?
Too close.
You can't run.
It's on me. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Fangs and claws got dull.
I'm gonna build up skill points rather than worry about damage for now.
So I can leave early. Found me.
Show me what you can do. The fearless knows not fear. I won't do.
Watch your head.
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
You can't run. I want to protect everyone. Tell me this is horrible.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
No dirty tricks.
Target front index. Annihilate.
Sure, I'll play
I was
along.
over prepared for the second time that happened, I guess.
Fangs and claws got
The
dull.
dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Never hesitate! I won't do.
You want to take advantage?
I'll take it on.
Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality! Yes! Found me.
I wonder how that works out. So this boss shares HP, so when I do damage to the arm, it should record the damage at full. Or does it just triple up? Because it's some percent of this, but it's also the same damage being taken by this guy? I don't know.
Come to me. You can't run.
Watch your head.
I want to protect every Pokemon monster's for.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Oops. That hurt.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
I'm not afraid of you.
You want to take advantage?
I'll take it on.
Hedge your bets. Spend freely.
I could have used a basic attack. Because then he would have had the stacks. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't need to skill there.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Come to me. You can't run.
The fearless knows not fear. I won't do.
A cute playset with enough believers. Lies become reality.
Yes. I need to be brave. I'll take it on.
Found me.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
I hit the mark.
Never hesitate! I won't do.
You can't run.
Watch your head.
I want to protect every Pokemon monster's for.
Fangs and claws
Why is
got
Fish
dull.
out faster than Cipher right now? 146? Oh, she's not faster. Cipher's actually lapping her own team. And that's really, really awkward, actually. Maybe she was delayed. Maybe there's a delay somewhere in the enemy's kit. I don't know.
The fearless knows not fear.
You want to take advantage?
Come to me.
Found me.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Do I live this?
A cute playset with enough believers. Lies become reality. Yes.
I almost didn't lift that.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head. Sure, I'll play along.
Show me what you can do. Never hesitate.
You can't run.
Still kind of hard. I normally wouldn't be able to use Clara in those teams, and I like also used Aventurine, which, you know, that worked out pretty well, I guess. I don't know. I'm able to beat it with Jing Yuan and Hua Hua and a borrowed Jade. Well, I'm not going to be able to borrow Jade when I fight them in the real story. By then I'll have like all the fancy relics and whatnot. You'll see. Alright, now I've for real done everything that I want to do and a little extra. So, I'm going to call it now. I got to get to work in the morning. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. The next stream I do should be Star Rail. I don't know when it will be. And then on some Saturday or the other, I'll probably stream Pokemon Unite. It's my viewer games stream. And we'll just kind of take it from there. I don't really want to plan any further out than that, because who knows what my schedule is going to be like. But thank you for watching as always. I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.